Good evening and welcome to the other bar. It's time now for our prep sports showcase tonight, and we've got a bunch of great coaches and athletes that we have for you tonight. And we're going to be covering some girls hockey. We're going to be covering some girls basketball and some boys basketball tonight. We've got some ranked teams in here too, so it's going to be kind of fun. Some pretty top-notch athletes. So Steve Witterhack here, along with Randy Armgren, my broadcast buddy. We do all the games and stream all the games on the Source and on RP Sports. So thanks for joining us, and we're going to get things going right away with the head coach for the Waupun Warriors, Tim Alsma, along with one of his players, and that's Cale Peterson. Let's see it for them for joining us here today. And we'll ask a few questions here to Tim. A pretty rough customer from a very tough conference that you played yesterday. You took on Hamilton, and you lost 58-51, tied it at 50 apiece. And that was about it after that. But just talk about that game against a team that above 500 record, but still they're from such a good conference, and plus it's a Division I school, so you got a bigger school.
Yeah, it was a really physical game to start with, and I thought they're coming from that Milwaukee area, and we kind of know the speed that that region kind of plays with. So the expectation was we were going to have to match their physicality and their speed, and they punched us in the mouth early, and it was an uphill climb from the start of that game. I think we got up 3-0, and then the closest we got was at 50 apiece, but that was a whole lot later in the game. So you learn a lot about your team when you're playing against really good competition, and so we'd like to schedule up to give ourselves a challenge, and then you make the adjustments necessary as you move forward in the season. So you hate to lose. Nobody likes to lose basketball games, and we got a lot of pride. We set the standard pretty high, and so you take that and you learn from it. But again, a loss against a really good opponent in a lot of our minds is better than a win against a lesser opponent by 20, 30 points.
And you still got that schedule pretty filled up with some pretty good competition. I see next Tuesday we'll be at your Randolph game at home. The defending state champs, they're ranked number 8 in Division 4 right now. You've got the Randolph Rockets. You've got Verona, who's ranked in Division 1. You've got, of course, your conference teams with KML and Kewaskum yet. So you got a loaded schedule. Really gets tough in February just before you go into the playoffs.
Yeah, we looked at that early in the season, and we did the same thing last year. A lot of really good opponents that we played, and I thought that made us battle test, and it got us ready for our state run. So we're not going to shy away from competition. We'll try to put anyone against us that we think can give us a game. And this year is different than every other year that you play, and so you make the adjustments that you need, and you fall down a couple of times, but you get back up, and we figure it out.
Well, right now you got your daughter out, Lydia Alsma, out, one of your second leading scorer on the team, and she sprained her ankle, and looks like she's probably not going to play on Friday when you take on Plymouth at Plymouth. And when do you hope to get her back, and what's the status of her ankle right now? Do you got to keep on icing it? You still do that kind of stuff yet, or what do you do now with an ankle a couple days after the fact?
I got trainer Cale here who takes good care of my kids. So Cale knows a lot, and I think it's going to be a great. I know that she's leaning that way down the road here, so she's been really helpful. Just Lydia's got to be reminded occasionally of what to do just to make sure you cross the T's and dot the I's. So she's soaking it in ice. We're ibuprofen. We're doing all the right things that we need. And so if last night was a sectional final game, she would have played. She would have been able to play through it. But that doesn't necessarily help us in the long run. So we're trying to keep big picture in mind and build our depth a little bit. And some kids got on the court last night that have never seen the varsity basketball court at the end of a basketball game like that before. So
right, they weren't in the nitty-gritty. If it wasn't like the cleanup time, they were in like when the battle was going on. So
yeah, so those kids can learn and grow from those instances, and we need a healthy Lydia in February if we're going to make a run. So we're just going to take our time with it.
Let's talk about some of the other players that have stepped up. I've liked what I've seen out there with Ryan Babish out there. She's not afraid to stick her nose in there in battle. And, of course, you always got Maddie Vandestreek, who's she's not afraid of any physical play at all. She's one of the shorter players out there, but she likes to battle and run the court and keep on moving. So maybe talk a little bit about those players and the importance of them as you go further into the season.
Yeah, I never really thought of Maddie as like one of the shorter players until I just looked recently, and her and Gracie are almost like the same size now. So it's like,
is Gracie growing or is she shrinking?
I think she's got high, shoes.
Yeah.
But no, she has grown absolutely. But yeah, you have to have multiple pieces that are going to make you a great team. So you know, we got Kale, who's obviously a great player, and we got Lydia and Gracie, but three players are never going to win you anything, and so you have to be able to build that depth. And so we have increased Ryan's playing time, and I think she's done a great job of earning those minutes, and she's doing everything that we've asked about her in her role, and her role will continue, and her time will continue to increase with the amount of effort that she gives night in and night out. So that's been incredible. And then, you know, Maddie's done a great job for us defensively this year, and when she is totally sold out and bought in on that being her role, she's so much better as a player because then her mind is so dialed in and focused. And so, you know, we need both of those two to continue to develop and get better for us to go anywhere.
Quick little update on your other daughters with Naomi and Abby too. What are they up to right now? Of course, part of the state championship team last year, and I was kind of wondering what those two are up. I know Abby's busy with Illinois State right now.
Well, Naomi's been a good practice player for us over the last couple of weeks. She's home from college, and so she's just enjoying life. But I'll tell you, she plays more basketball in college than she ever did when she was here. Like I had to force her to play a little bit here, but I get intramural updates all the time. So she's dominating down there, and Abby's doing her thing. I mean, she's a freshman, and there's been a huge learning curve just playing college basketball at that level. And as the season has gone on now, her minutes are starting to increase a little bit, and so I think good things are ahead for her. Okay,
well, we're going to get Randy. You have a question at all for Coach?
I'm going to ask the hard question. Did you practice free throws today?
Yes.
Yes, Gail? You going to answer
yes.
that?
Yeah, we certainly need to work in that area,
question.
Randy. I appreciate you.
You're welcome, Coach.
I'll leave the hard questions to Randy. Okay, that was a perfect question. So thanks a lot, Tim. I'm going to talk to Kale right now. And Kale, just a pleasure being able to watch you play these last few years. Just a junior yet, so we have another year with you. And just talk about thoughts on your team right now. And you think you can get back to the promised land and get back to the state tournament. And I know that I can consider you not just a trainer, but I consider you kind of a player coach. When I interview you, give me in-depth answers just like I hear from Tim. So I see you being a coach in the future and a trainer. So just thoughts on your team.
Yeah, we're in a little bit of a slump right now, and obviously we're working to get out of it. Like Randy said, we're shooting free throws. You know, we're starting to shoot it better. Defense is amped up in practice. Practice is more physical, which helps us in games, and I think we'll be able to get out of it and we'll make a run.
Okay, well, of course, you're going to be heading to play your college basketball. You verbally accepted to go to Marquette and be a Golden Eagle. And what other schools were after you in the whole process? I know it's quite a process when you go through recruiting. Not an easy thing, but what other schools were looking at you?
You want to talk about a process? I was Kale's answering service for like 2.5 years.
Yes, she was.
We can't talk directly to you, but we can talk to your coach.
You can talk to the coach.
So I was happy that she was where she's at. Sorry, Kale, go ahead.
There were a bunch of different schools, some Power 5, some smaller ones. I had Penn State, Vanderbilt. Those were kind of the ones that not many people knew about. BYU, picked up Bradley, Butler. So just kind of all over the place, some smaller schools.
Minnesota.
Minnesota. That was one of the early ones. Yep.
I remember that being in there, too. What was the thing that sold you on going to the Golden Eagles? What were the main points that helped you to make your decision on that?
Coaching staff was probably the number one. I just felt comfortable around them, and I felt that they were going to be able to help me get to the next level. And definitely being close to home, an hour away, so all my family, fans can come watch.
Yeah, you got a huge cheering section, just from your family alone when they go to games, so that's always great to see.
But, yeah.
Well, let's talk about your family a little bit. We'll talk about genetics. You know, sometimes some of that stuff is things that are passed down genetically to you, and let's just talk about people like I know you got Grandpa Jim was an unbelievable athlete, a baseball player for the Badgers, big, tall, left-handed pitcher out there for him. You had Aunt Megan, also got a free ride over to Purdue University with volleyball. Just talk about the influence they have, not just genetically, but being able to talk to people like that are great athletes. You got your dad, Nate. Your mom said that she was a really good athlete too. I don't know if was that false information
Cheerleader.
or. Oh, well, somebody's got to cheer. So,
Right.
well, let's just talk about the family and how they came in and how they're there for you and the people you can really turn to, I think.
Yeah, family Christmases turn into basketball talk. Aunt Megan played a little bit of basketball, so she knows her stuff, and then she helps me along with the college stuff and what you're going to go through as a freshman and what you're going to see. Obviously, things have changed from when she played, but she can prepare me for the worst, so she's good with that. Grandpa's always talking to me after games, letting me know what I can finish or work on, but there's always positives involved too. So.
How about your sister? You guys beat up on each other when you were growing up on the basketball court and the sports? I mean, I don't know what your age difference is, but
yeah, we're 5.5. So she beat up on me for a while, and then
that's what she looked up at.
All of a sudden she just didn't want to play anymore, and I wasn't sure why.
Well, of course, you got a great family and a good support system over there, and again, you see your team going to the state tournament and repeating over there. It's nobody can play the state level basketball the whole season. So right now you got some great teams coming up. Randy, you have any other questions to ask Cale?
Well, I'd like to ask, I know what your coach said about the recruiting. Are you relieved that it's over, or did you like the process?
I enjoyed the process to start, and then after this July, everything started to pick up to a whole nother level. So I was kind of ready to. I don't want to say be done because it's something that I was honored to be a part of,
yes.
But I was happy to be committed and be able to know where my next home was. So.
Great. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's huge. So, again, I think that's all we're going to cover with the Waupun girls team. We'll probably talk to you guys in a couple of weeks, possibly, if you're available again. So let's hear it again for Tim Alsma and Cale Peterson joining us on our Prep Sports Showcase here tonight at the other bar on Main Street. They got wings on special here, so come on down. We're going to take a break, be back in 2 minutes. I'm going to be talking to Josh Gibbons along with a few of his players. They're captains from his basketball team, and they're having a great season, ranked in the state, 9-1 of the season. We'll talk to Josh and his captains in just a few minutes as our Prep Showcase continues here live from the other bar on RP Sports.
HomeandAuto.com. Check out our selection of over 400 new and used vehicles. HomeandAuto.com. Every vehicle from all 4 of our locations in one convenient place. Find your perfect car without leaving home at HomeandAuto.com. New vehicles from Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and Ford. Pre-owned from $39.82 and certified pre-owned. Plus the warranties and hometown service you can depend on. Make the Homan family your first stop at HomeandAuto.com. We make you feel at home at Homan.
Are you missing out on life? Does chronic joint pain prevent you from doing the things you love? I get it. All you think about is pain. This is Dr. Randy Blahoviak with New Medical Center. We have the solution to your problem.
My name's Gary. I had arthritis really bad in my right knee over 3 months ago. Couldn't really do anything, couldn't do stairs, just simple stuff. And now I can do things I couldn't do before. I can climb stairs, walk, anything. My spine's better. And my personal opinion is you're a fool not to get this done.
Hi, my name is Joni. I came here because I needed a new knee, but I didn't want to go through all that surgery and everything. I'm very pleased with it. And the reason I did it because I couldn't go up and down stairs very well. I couldn't work too long hours and had a hard time getting in and out of the car. I had to lift my knee up. And now I can do all those things. And I have no pain, and I would recommend it to everyone, and I have.
Call New Medical Center for an alternative approach with innovative medicine at 920-249-8757.
Excellence in dentistry meets exceptional service. It's Dentistry of Wisconsin in Waupun and Beaver Dam. From routine cleanings, checkups, and maintenance to more advanced dental care and cosmetic services, choose Dentistry of Wisconsin. Doctors Metzger's, Truckenbrod, Dittman, and Warner, along with their friendly staff, are here to care for you. Visit their state-of-the-art facilities in Waupun and Beaver Dam, accepting new patients. Dentistry of Wisconsin. They'll give you a reason to smile both inside and out.
The last tractor you'll ever need is here. Get into a Massey Ferguson compact or utility tractor and accomplish more than ever before. These versatile tractors are known for their unbeatable power, smart fuel economy, and upgraded creature comforts. And with their ability to multitask through any job around the yard or farm, they'll provide you with outstanding value for years to come. Visit Waupun Equipment Company in Waupun, Watertown, and Eden to find the right model for your operation.
Welcome back to the other bar. Steve Witterhack with you, along with Randy Armga. It's our prep sports showcase. I got to get that all together. Prep, that's a mouthful. It's a prep sports showcase. But we are here. We haven't done it for a few years, and we're glad to be back doing it again. Hopefully we can get this all the way through the basketball season, into the softball and baseball seasons, and maybe even be able to meet outside. We always like to sit out there, too. But we got Derek Stanke joining us right now. And Derek, the exciting stuff happening in the whole state of Wisconsin and in Waupun itself. But, softball's huge. We've always got perennially very good softball teams in town. Your daughter's big time involved in softball. But now we've got a Legion softball team. That's just unbelievable. I'm glad that we got that now. Legion's so huge with the baseball. Now we have that. And let's just talk a little bit about what's exactly happening with that.
Well, back in October of 21, actually, I'll take you back to when they decided at the state level that they wanted to do Legion softball, as they've been offering Legion baseball for 95 plus years at the time. And they were looking for someone that would be interested in heading it up. And I said, well, I'm already a director for baseball, and I said I would really love to take that responsibility on, especially having my daughter come up through the program. And just, it's going to be a new challenge. I like to take new things on and start that challenge with the local program here. And the next thing you know, we're meeting throughout the state. We're going to these spring conferences. I was up in Minocqua this past spring, Eau Claire, down to Lake Mills, the Fond du Lac, all over. And basically what those spring conferences was, if you could just imagine an all-conference meeting, just with the Legionnaires,
right.
And just kind of explaining to them what we're trying to do, and just so when communities and teams came to them for support, they knew exactly what they were looking for. So we're getting ready to start our first season here in 2023, and we're shooting for 40 teams this first year.
How many do you have that have already committed?
We have we've had an interest list going around right now, and we've been doing monthly Zoom meetings that we've been putting on for the past 4 or 5 months now. So anybody's invited for that through high school coaches, through ADs. Even travel programs are involved. So we're shooting for 40. Our interest list says we're at about 34, 35 right now.
Okay.
And we still got teams that are we're still doing these monthly meetings here next couple of months before season really gets rolling, and then so hopefully we have all our teams lined up by then. So, but yeah, we're getting close to our goal. I know Minnesota started last year with Legion softball, and they had 21 or 22 teams throughout the state. So I think we'll beat that.
How many teams does it compare? Is it just a growing thing throughout the entire nation?
Yeah. So Wisconsin is now the 10th state to offer Legion softball. It's not nationally recognized yet at the Legion program. That will be soon. I would say probably within the next 2 to 3 years it'll become a national program. North Carolina started it back in 2017 or 18. I believe their programs are up to about 80-some teams right now. Minnesota, like I said, they started last year. They're in the 20s. We've had other states reach out to us, like Massachusetts. How are you guys planning for this? What's worked? What hasn't worked? So a lot of planning has been going on.
Yeah, I'm sure it takes a lot to get all this stuff organized. Now, just kind of bringing it closer to home now, you are also going to be the head coach for the Waupun Legion team, post 210 softball team. So that's kind of exciting stuff. It's not like you don't know softball. You've been helping coach at in the club level, haven't you, with your daughter?
Yeah, we've been with that team for 3 years now. It's a very energetic and young group. First year 12s, a lot of energy they have. There's a lot of potential, a lot of talent. But up and down throughout the program, the program's just loaded with talent, as is the baseball program. It just seems like, all right, here's the next class. Here we go. And it's coaches like Coach Novice and Coach Hagstrom, back to Coach Rohr, back when he had it, they laid that foundation. So, it's going to be a good time.
Well, you're leaving you have to be leaving the baseball because that's the same time with the Legion. Who's taking over the Legion team?
Brent Ferris is going to be the new Legion baseball coach. Brent's been an assistant for the past 4 or 5 years or so. So he's all primed up and ready. There's a lot going on in Legion baseball this year. We got the Junior Legion State Tournament coming up in July that we're hosting. So I hate to throw him under the fire and give him a test, but he's gonna get it right away the first year. So.
Are you still coaching the high school team?
I am coaching high school baseball, yeah. Yes, I will do that. And then so when summer starts, we'll roll over to Legion softball. So
I'm excited. You going to involve Randy at all? You going to book him for a bunch of games? Or?
Yeah, as many as he wants and can do, What's baseball going to pay you?
Yeah, we'll negotiate that.
I'll go $5 higher.
Let me ask you, Derek, how, our local American Legion has been so supportive of the baseball over the years. How did they react when you went to them and said, we want to also have you guys support softball? Were they a little taken aback at first, or?
No questions.
Really?
Right to it.
Great.
Said we're on board. This is what we do for our Legion baseball team. We're going to do the same for Legion softball. Let us know what you need. So they're one of our big sponsors, and then of course also WGSA, Waupun Girls Softball Association, is one of our sponsors this year. And obviously, starting this program from the ground up. I mean, we have very limited funding, and we've reached out to some local businesses too for some help, and I've gotten some replies already, so that's going really well. And just the community support's been amazing already, and we haven't even stepped on the field. So, but anything from you got to have equipment, you got to have jerseys, you got to pay for umpires, you got to have
Field
insurance,
time.
registration, so there's a lot that goes into it. So we're very appreciative of everyone that's going to make this journey
There's
with
enough time
us.
for you to do that. I know it's a busy diamond during they got 3 diamonds there, but it's a very busy place during the summer with all the youth softball going on there too.
Yeah, we've got some designated days that we'll be playing on, hopefully, and depending on numbers, there might be some open later night games availability on some different fields, so maybe we'll look at that. So it's definitely a little different than what we've had with what I'm used to with baseball,
Right.
where I kind of just do high school baseball, do Legion baseball.
You had the priority,
I had it,
yes.
it's right there. But we'll work together good, and I've been involved about the last year going to the WGSA softball monthly meetings, so we've got a good partnership going so far.
See Josh Nava sitting there. Is he involved with the Legion baseball or just the high school base softball?
Josh will be an assistant coach
right.
with us on the team, and he is also one of our state directors. So
he's all in.
Josh is on that way, and when I got tabbed for the chairman spot, they said, all right, now we need to find some directors throughout the state, and we came up with a little list and survey type things, and people submitted their names, and I said Josh would be great. He submitted his name. Josh, who the heck else do we got? We got a guy by Jim Wickert from Madison area, McFarland. He's actually an assistant coach at Madison College, so in the Legionnaire down there. So, and our commissioner is Roger Matheson. He's always been the baseball commissioner too. So we'll work well with Roger.
Okay, well, I'm excited about it. It's anything you can do to keep the kids busier, and we've got a great program. I've been Josh always giving me scouting reports. We got some really good couple really young pitchers coming up that can throw like in the 60s in there, and I like to hear that stuff. I like his enthusiasm. I like your enthusiasm in it, and I think can do nothing but succeed here in Waupun after the state.
The Legion, it's a great thing. Travel ball is not for everybody. And just like baseball, Legion baseball, Legion softball, we're not going to get that top tier kid, and we don't expect to, but we're looking for the 70% of the other girls, looking for them to have something to do and keep building that team that, hopefully is going to be playing together in high school, carry that into Legion just like they do in baseball. So,
okay. Something else for the girls to do this summer is keep on playing softball, which they obviously will be. They must love it if they're going to be playing. So, again, good luck with that. Hopefully it grows to where you want it to, and it keeps on growing, and the community supports you, and the Legion already has supported you, and some businesses, so that's very good to hear. So thanks a lot for doing that.
Yeah, thank you for having us, and we'll see you this summer. And boy, the weather today feels like we should be out there today.
Yeah, a little wet, but otherwise I think you could have played. Josh would get the field ready, you know that.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, let's hear it for Derek Stanke again, the new American Legion softball coach here in Waupun and a director throughout the state. We've got some more guests coming up. Josh Gibbons with his two captains from his team, and they're 9-1 on the season. They are ranked number 5, I believe, in the state in Division 5 basketball right now. Huge game coming up for them tomorrow, so I'm excited to talk to them. And they're coming up next as our Prep Sports Showcase continues live from the other bar on RP Sports.
Did you know that Ergo Bank of Marquezan and Fox Lake offers Casasa Rewards checking accounts? All Casasa Rewards accounts include refunds on ATM withdrawal fees. When you meet the monthly qualification criteria, there's no monthly maintenance fee and no minimum balance requirement. Best of all, you get rewarded for things you probably do anyway, such as using your debit card and setting up a direct deposit. Discover the benefits of opening a Casasa Rewards checking account at Ergo Bank of Marquezan and Fox Lake.
A reminder for everyone that Ben's Automotive is open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. until 5 p.m. and on Saturdays by appointment only. Keeping your vehicle in tip-top running condition is essential. Call 324-9962 for Ben's Automotive. Get the quality repair and maintenance services you need from the automotive technicians you can trust. Ben's Automotive at the corner of Carrington and Main Streets in beautiful downtown Waupun. Call 920-324-9962 to schedule your service or repair needs today.
Andy with us here at the Other Bar, Main Street in downtown Waupun. Business as usual this week. Andy, stop on by and warm up with a beverage or some hot plate special, some lunch here.
Absolutely. We got something different going every day. We've got the hot plate specials, beef, turkey, and pork. That's usually going every day. Our daily special board changes by the day, whatever they're going to put on a special out of the kitchen. Mondays, of course, are all-you-can-eat shrimp, and we have a pizza special. Tuesdays, of course, is Mexican all day. Wednesdays is wings after 4 p.m. Thursdays, we have build your own burger. And Fridays, of course, is fish.
Our favorite NFL team no longer participating in the season and the playoffs here, but you got the NFL games on beginning on Saturday.
I've got 17 different tap lines and all kinds of different spirits on hand to get you through that situation, but we'll definitely have the playoffs going on the weekend. Saturday and Sunday are games. Of course, the Badgers will be rocking those games as well, along with the Bucks.
Well, get her back on track here at the Other Bar, Main Street in downtown Waupun. Have a good week, Andy. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thanks, Nick.
With mycnhistore.com, you can manage your equipment at any time, from anywhere, all from the convenience of your laptop or phone. Just search genuine New Holland parts by category, model, or part number, and keep your equipment running efficiently. Need a genuine New Holland part and don't have time to wait? Visit mycnhistore.com and get it done faster. Waupun Equipment Company, Waupun and Watertown. Log on waupunequipment.com and like them on Facebook.
And welcome back to the Other Bar. More of our Prep Sports Showcase. Steve Witterhack with you, and let's talk a little Central Wisconsin Christian basketball right now. Boys basketball having themselves a season, 9-1 in the season right now. They're ranked 5th in the state in Division 5, and they've got some teams that they need to prove that ranking to coming up too. I mean, we talk about a tough schedule. You've got a really tough one coming up, but I've got with me right now, I've got Josh Gibbons, the head coach for the Christian Crusaders. Also, we've got Will Syons in the middle here, between his coach and his teammate, leading scorer and captain for the Crusaders, and also the other captain, Neil Benheisen. He is also joining us. Let's talk to Coach first. And boy, what a season for you guys! 9-1 right now, and you had some tough games, like yesterday's game when you took on Lourdes, a traditionally really good program over there, and boy, you took it to them pretty good.
We did, and I kind of enjoyed that too. So it was first time we've beaten them in 8 years since I've been to the school. I know the kids were looking forward to the game, and we played hard. We executed very well, and the kids play with energy and passion every night, and that's what we talk about. And I was just really happy. They busted their butts last night, and they earned that victory.
Yeah, and you had another team that you took care of in the conference, and normally a team that's towards the bottom of the conference, but Wayland has something going this year too, and I think they've only got one loss in the Trailways East Conference right now.
Yeah, you never know what you're going to get from Wayland. They have some new kids come in.
That can change early.
Yeah, once in a while. And they were ranked in the poll when we played them. And there was some talk going on there back and forth, and the guys were pretty juiced up for that game. So that was a fun game, and again, they played really well.
Now, a few years back when you saw these guys coming along, was this maybe a group and this maybe a year that you thought, Yeah, this could be something special when these guys are seniors and this group of guys gets together. Is this something you saw coming? A 9-1 season and right now undefeated in the conference?
I thought we had potential. It's a great group of kids. They gel really well together. They care about each other. They've been working hard, and in the weight room, off-season workouts, and things are coming together really nicely. And they play for each other, so it's been fun.
Yeah, like I said, some great victories so far, but we're talking about a game tomorrow against a team that's not ranked at all, but they do have that name on the front of their jersey that you can be sometimes get in your head a little bit, and that's the Randolph Rockets. And you'll be taking them on thoughts on playing them and what do you expect to see out of the Rockets coming up tomorrow night. We'll be there for that game, too, our stream team, so we're all excited to be there for that game tomorrow. It really means a lot.
Randolph historically usually wins a couple games in the year. They knocked us out last year in the playoffs. Another game we're looking forward to playing. You can always expect a team that plays hard defense, rebounds the basketball well, and they'll get after it. So we're looking for a pretty good fight tomorrow night.
And I happened to go to my favorite sub place over in Beaver Dam. I was in there, and all of a sudden I looked, and there's Arnie Elke standing over there. And I said, hey. And we started talking basketball, but he's definitely said he's going to be at the game tomorrow for one thing, and he already knows what Randolph looks like, so he's there to see you guys, and I see you play them coming up on Saturday the 21st.
Oh, really? I didn't realize that. Yeah. That's interesting. Arnie gets out. He watches a lot of games. We've watched each other play, so kind of keeping dibs on each other, and I might have watched Fall River play too. So, that'll be a fun game when we get to it, but we're just worried about Randolph tomorrow night.
Right, yeah. It's just been a great season. I love seeing you guys as well as you're doing. When you first, how long have you been there now?
Year 8. Pretty sure.
This is year 8. You remember years 1 and 2 and 3 in there. You were had a very small.
I happen to remember that. We had a win that year, so that was nice.
It was rough. You only had like 9 guys in the entire school that played basketball. I mean, the numbers weren't there either.
Actually, 8.
8?
Yeah. Oh. And I remember meeting with the entire student body, all the boys. It was 29, I believe. Coach Gron's been there with me the whole time, so he knows. But just trying to get kids to play basketball. So, it was a bit of struggle at first, but, we laid the foundation and hoping for a year like this, and it's really come through this year.
I see he was scouting the 4th grade basketball over in Laconia the other day. I saw him over there. So he was scouting, getting things really before they get up to play you up in the varsity. So I think it was his nephew that was over there that he was actually watching over there. But again, you started out real slow there, and I've told Randy, we've said it on the air before. We think you were like the perfect guy at that perfect time when they needed somebody like you. You kind of understood just to get some improvements and to go for the small things. You weren't going to get many victories, and I thought you were the perfect guy that just stuck with it. And I thought, is he going to stay here with one win on a season and a couple of rough seasons there? But you have, and it's really paid off. And these guys have gotten better, and I think they're very lucky to have you there.
Thanks. I think so too.
Hoping to hear that out of these guys.
Yeah. Don't ask them that question, But it's been fun. I mean, long couple years there, but like I said, laying the foundation. So hopefully, when it clicks, for these guys here, it really comes together, and they have a great year.
Well, we're going to talk to some of your captains now. You just have the 2 captains?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, we're going to talk to Will Sines first of all, and. Will averaging, I don't have that sheet on how much he's averaging. It's over here somewhere.
Right around 18.
I'm sure Will knows right down to the 10th
18?
of a point what he's got.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah, it's here somewhere. Oh, here we go. This is 17. This is just maybe with a conference.
Yeah.
But 17 points a game. But a threat from downtown. You can drive the ball. You can find guys open, include everybody. Great ball handler when things get really hot out there as far as some pressure out there. So Will, just talk about the season. How's the team feeling right now? 9-1. Everybody ready to see how far you can take this?
Yeah, definitely. Everybody's having fun. All the behind-the-scenes stuff, the locker room, the team meals, team bonding, it's all there. We're all ready to play. Team chemistry is definitely up. We definitely love playing with each other and playing fast, scoring points, playing defense, playing hard, and sometimes playing for this guy.
Yeah.
So.
Please and coach. And I tell you got a great fan base over there. I tell you, that's probably the most vocal, boisterous, and creative. I get a kick out of some of those things. Just start making me laugh while I'm doing the games, and I thought that's funny stuff that they're doing. But I think everything, the whole school is behind you guys. They were behind the volleyball team during their run, and it's just a great atmosphere over at CWC right now.
Yeah, it definitely is. The student section is always there. They're always having fun. They're always yelling stuff out, always bringing the energy when either we don't bring it or we're just not playing good. They're always there having fun, so it's really fun to play for them.
Now let's talk. We talked genetics a little bit with Miss Peterson now, and I know you've got some people in your family too that I once saw your dad play state basketball a couple times. One game, and they played Sam Oakey. They lost that game, but then I think it was the next year or 2 years later that you won state. So yeah, your dad Matt, who's an assistant coach on the team. So you talk about the influence of somebody who's been there to the state tournament and has played at a high level. I believe he played at Randolph. So
yeah, so, I don't think they have that great of a program, so I don't know how they got there the first
only
place.
11 state championships, and also I see you got Grandpa, I think, running the clock over there at CWC. Definitely. So he's involved in things. So talk about the influence you have from family members and the support you have from them.
They all live around me, so I'm very lucky. They all support me, but yeah, my dad's always there for me. He's always helping me with my shot and getting in the gym with me. He's there every day at practice, drawing up plays when he doesn't know what to do, so it's fun. It's fun to be there.
Any help from your mom? Was she a big athlete in school at all, or?
She gets in the gym a little bit to help rebound, but
that's where the real talent came from. Let's not kid ourselves here.
Well, with Will, all you do is wait underneath the basket, wait for the ball to come through, so can't be too hard. You see yourself, you guys, making a long run, maybe even to getting to the Kohl Center?
That's definitely the goal. That's been the goal since day one. So it's finally fun to see it coming to truth, and you can see the light at the end of the tunnel here.
And people don't know that these kids just don't show up in the beginning of the season and just start playing, and that's something you kind of you probably do all year round. Do you have a club team that you play on? A lot of the.
Yeah, I'll play on Roberts Brothers through Randolph with a bunch of kids around here, so it's really
yeah. That's what my son did too. It was a great experience. You get to travel, and everybody knows you, so he opens up a lot of doors for you that way too, and great connections. But again, fun to watch you play out there, and really, we're going to be there for you tomorrow night, and we're going to be there for both teams actually tomorrow night. We have sponsors for both teams, so we'll be there for both teams, and looking forward to what should be a really fun game to call.
Awesome. Can't wait to see you.
Okay, Neil Venheisen joining us too on the show, the other captain. And Neil, just talk about your experiences this year. And you've kind of grown within the program too. And you're probably in middle school and maybe before when they had the kind of the rough years in there. But I think something pretty special is going on right now with your team?
Oh, yeah. I don't know. We got a lot of guys that want to work. And that's really what's putting it together is everybody wants to work every day in practice, every game. People are there, and I guess the soccer season this year sort of fell apart because not everybody wanted to work, and now in basketball we see everybody all day, every day going to work, and they're putting their head down and they're doing their job.
Are you more of a lead by example type guy, or are you a vocal guy?
Vocal.
Vocal. Okay, that's good.
I like to think both, but it's definitely more vocal.
Yeah, more vocal, yeah. Well, that's your job as a captain, too.
I just want to say one thing real quick. Neil's the guy. He is vocal, but he leads by example. This is a kid that will run through that brick wall for you. That's the reason he's a captain this year, because he gets after guys. He makes sure they do the right thing, and that he is rewarded, and he earned it. He is a captain this year, for sure.
Yeah, I guess that's something I really enjoy seeing is the other guys when you get on their tail and then they really start working. That's good for me to see and see that guys are actually putting their head down and going to work.
Who was a big influence for you as far as basketball or just your sports in general?
Got older brothers, and so they always motivated me to keep getting better and keep getting bigger.
They usually do it by roughing you up a little bit.
Yep.
Usually the youngest one's kind of the toughest one because they've just been beat up by their brothers.
It's kind of a win for me. Yep.
Eric might have beat you up a couple times.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
definitely. He was a senior when I was a freshman, so I definitely got beat up a couple times.
What do you like to do besides, of course, sports is a big part of your life. You're not playing soccer or basketball. I mean, what is your non-sport thing that you like to do?
I really enjoy farming. I like working on farms. My brother and I actually own 32 steers right now, and we're running those ourselves. So
that tells a little bit about you too, your work ethic. Because I see the kids that come off the farm are usually kids that aren't afraid to work a little bit. And is that your future? You're going to be into farming or something in that industry?
Definitely something in the industry. Not really sure right now, but yeah, really enjoy being outside and working with animals and knowing the land.
Okay. Well, life is good for you right now. Great basketball team. You own some land, and you already got your future going with that. So congratulations on that, and good luck. We're going to see you guys tomorrow night. Good luck to you and the Randolph Rockets tomorrow night, because we're there for both teams tomorrow night.
Yeah.
We are there for both teams, just to make sure. But I love you both, and we just want to see a great game tomorrow night, and that's going to be a great time. Good luck for the rest of the season for you guys.
Thank you. Thanks for having us, and go Crusaders.
Okay, again, let's hear it for CWC, number 5 in the state right now. Unbelievable season, 9-1 on the season, and again, we'll have that game tomorrow night. Pre-game a little before 7 o'clock from Randolph High School, and game time with our stream team. Randy and Jeff and I will be calling the game. Should be right around 7:20 or 7:30 or so. So join us for that, or go over to the gym and watch a really good basketball game. We've got some more of our show coming up yet, the Prep Sports Showcase. I see that Brett Pickards and his players are here right now. We're going to be talking to them, so stick around and keep it all logged into and tuned into our Prep Sports Showcase here, live from the other bar on RP Sports.
If you're looking for someone to take care of your tree needs, call Eli at Torres Tree Service of Waupun. He's been in the business for 10 years and started up Torres Tree Service 3 years ago. Eli and his team can remove trees big or small, even those hard to get to trees. They do tree trimming and stump grinding, and the job's not done until they put topsoil and seed where the tree was removed, clean up the debris, and haul it away. Join the many satisfied customers by calling Torres Tree Service in Waupun at 920-344-5887. This game is powered by C. Broxma Electric of Waupun. C. Broxma Electric has serviced the electrical needs for Waupun and the surrounding area for over 18 years. From small residential jobs to agricultural, industrial, and commercial jobs, they do it all. For quality work and prompt, courteous service, contact your State of Wisconsin licensed electrical contractor in our area. C. Broxma Electric at 920-319-1614 or check them out online at cbelectric.net. You've put a lot of thought into every detail of your new home, including the flooring. Or you finally decided on the perfect flooring to add life to your current home. Your next move is to call Daryl Vandezand at VZ Flooring to install it for you. He's fully insured and has been in the business for over 18 years, including starting VZ Flooring over 7 years ago. Daryl can install your new carpet, tile, LVP, LVT, and backsplash. Call VZ Flooring at 920-210-4909 to get a free estimate. The Hour Bar on Main Street, Waupun is a great place to meet friends. Owners Bob and Tana invite you to join them for their daily specials and great atmosphere. They also bring in top-notch entertainment and host many special events. The Hour Bar is also the perfect place to cheer on the Packers, Bucks, Brewers, and Badgers. There's TVs everywhere you look. After today's game, head to the Hour Bar, 433 East Main Street, Waupun, a proud supporter of high school sports.
With mycnhistore.com, you can manage your equipment at any time, from anywhere, all from the convenience of your laptop or phone. Just search genuine New Holland parts by category, model, or part number, and keep your equipment running efficiently. Need a genuine New Holland part and don't have time to wait? Visit mycnhistore.com and get it done faster. Waupun Equipment Company, Waupun and Watertown. Log on waupunequipment.com and like them on Facebook.
Welcome back to the other bar on Main Street in Waupun. I want to thank them for letting us have our show here tonight. They had a great crowd and still have a lot of people eating those wings on special tonight. And just a great place, great specials on different nights, excellent burgers here, and a friendly staff here at the other bar. And they gave us a nice expensive table to sit at, the pool table we're sitting at here tonight. But hey, it's worked out actually pretty good. We haven't had one of these shows for a few years now, so I'm glad that we can finally get together and have that again with all the great sports teams around the area. But right now we have represented the members of the Waupun Warrior basketball team. We're going to talk to Brett Pickards first, the head coach, and we also have Aaron Hull joining us, the big guy inside for the Waupun Warriors. So, Coach, again, I knew you came in with a lot of enthusiasm, maybe ruffled a few feathers in the conference, saying, hey, don't just put us towards the bottom of the conference. We're going to come in. We're going to get some wins. We're going to give everybody a tough contest. every time, and I think you're really doing that this year. You've been really fun to watch and call your games.
Yeah, we've struggled with some health things the last couple games, but we're still in a good position in the conference. We're 2-1 in conference. We're in like a 4-way tie for first. I guess KML's 3-1, and they beat us, but we're still in a good position in the driver's seat of where we want to be in the top 3 of the conference. And we have a big one against Plymouth tomorrow. We're really excited for the challenge, and then we have a really big special night at Beaver Dam. We haven't done the War on the Floor in probably like 6 or 7 years. So we play 3rd grade all the way up to our high school games on Saturday. So we're really excited for this week. We have a tough stretch here with some really good teams, but we had a really great week of practice. We're going to regroup after a tough game on Saturday against Laconia.
Yeah, tomorrow you play at Plymouth. Not an easy place to play. It used to be really a vicious place to play. They'd have like 250, 300 fans up there.
Yeah, they put the band right behind you, too.
Yeah, and they're very inappropriate when they start yelling stuff out. They know personal things about you. And they put me and Randy right next to the band. The 100-piece marching band is right next. And they start every song out with a siren. So we start doing our pregame show out in the hallway at Plymouth. So we did get drowned out. Then the band goes away after the game starts. So we're set for that. So take care of business over there and get those guys back. I think I lost some hearing over in Plymouth over the years. But again, I see another rivalry that you're keeping alive is Beaver Dam. You got the Golden Beavers coming up on Saturday, kind of a whole Beaver Dam Waupun thing throughout the day with the youth, and it culminates with the big game at the end of the night.
Yeah, you guys know I started my last stop was at Beaver Dam. And Coach Ladron and I've been asking him to play since I've gotten here. I think it's something that's cool for high school student athletes to be able to participate in rivalries like Laconia and Ripon and Beaver Dam. And I know we have to go there, but they did agree to come next year. So I know it's been a while since we've hosted them. I think 2013 is the last time we hosted them. But we're excited. We're actually raising we're bringing some food in, like at the door for the youth games.
Oh, good.
So it's free entry to get into the youth games if you bring a non-perishable food item for the Dodge County food drive, or the food pantry, I should say. And it's a really great opportunity. I know your grandson's playing on the main court, and there's a lot of good youth kids coming down, and we're gonna have a little surprise for our 5th grade class we've been working with. We went and saw them during the school day and interacted with them, and we're gonna have a little surprise for them on Saturday. So we're excited to get our guys down there to support our youth team and bring back the 151 rivalry game. So
I love it. I know me and Randy, you played. That's when they were in the same conference and playing in the
Little 10. Yep.
Randy, any questions for the coach?
Well, not to look past the Plymouth game, but what's your emotions about going back to Beaver Dam? How do you feel about that?
The one good thing that happened from Beaver Dam is I met my wife there. So
there you go. That's the one thing.
There's other good things too, it's Beaver Dam week, and Coach Ladron got me ready for this job and how to prep for teams and build relationships with guys. But the biggest positive I think from going down to Beaver Dam is I never expected to meet my wife down there, but she's not from there, so it's very crazy that we've met down there. But anyways, no, I'm looking forward to it. They beat us in their Thanksgiving tournament last year, and we owe them one, and we feel like we're ready to go for that one. And a packed gym with a good student section on both sides, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And I know we're going to be come away with a victory on Saturday.
I know we got a bit of the injury bug going on for the team. Let's just talk about some of the players that have really stood out to you this year to see the improvement with your team this year, and who's really worked hard and stepped up for you.
Yeah, I mean, I think it starts with our 4 seniors with Aaron Hall and Conrad Davis and Hudson Farley and Hunter Camp. It starts with our seniors. They've had the pleasure of being with me for the last 4 years. I know some days are good, some days are bad or tough. I challenge them in practice or in a game. And we have a really good sophomore class, and junior and Isaac Vandekamp, our sophomores, the Aiden and Bryant, and Braden Torres and Jake Krieger, and other sophomores that are going to help us out over the next couple games. But I think we're coming together as a team. We kind of went through some adversity with losing the last 4 out of our last 5. We have a tough schedule because we're a good team, and we need to play the best teams to be the best. And we're hoping this patch makes us better. In the long run, we got some tough games, and we don't want to look too far ahead, but New London's 9-2, and they just beat Winneconne. So we got a tough stretch here. It's going to make us better in the playoffs, and the guys have come together and are still buying into what we're saying and believe in what we're trying to do here in Waupun.
How's the little one doing?
Very good. My wife's watching at home right now, so I know my son's sleeping right now, but I miss them. I get some wings and skedaddle out of here after this, but we appreciate the time and the coverage with putting our student athletes in the center of our community, and we're really excited for this week.
Now we're going to move right on to Aaron Hull, one of the seniors. Now, it seems like you've been. Are you a fifth-year senior? No, okay. It just seems like you've been there for so long over at the high school, But me and Randy, we commented when you walked out of the court the first game that we covered for you guys this year, and it said, looks like Aaron's really hit some weights over the offseason. You beefed up out there, and they were ready for a game like the Laconia game. I know you were out there muscling around. You and Hunter Camp are really kind of built for that, and that's kind of your psyche a little bit. But is that something that you hit the weights?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Over the summer, my big focus was eat a ton, lift a ton, get on as much mass as I could, just so I could play bully ball out there.
That's what when you graduate, though, you're going to eat a ton, but you don't go to exercise anymore. No, but it was good to see that you took it that serious, that you wanted to have a great senior year, and I really think you are. You're having a great senior year. I love watching a battle down there. You don't back down from anybody that you played from this season. So just talk about your team. I know you had a very physical game against Laconia. That was quite a battle. You get pretty bruised up from that one?
Oh, goodness, yes. Everybody after that game, it's always a rough day of practice after games like that, especially that Laconia game. But, I mean, we all lifted this offseason. We're all in there every day, and it was a massive commitment. Not everybody wanted to be there every day. I mean, I'd come out of bed. I don't want to go lift in the morning, but it's something that you got to stick to, and, I mean, we're seeing the results from it.
You play anything else, or are you just basketball, or do you do
just basketball? I'll do AAU in the spring. But
okay, who do you play for?
Hugh Roberts.
Oh, you play with Randolph too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's where my son, and that's where Randy's son also played with them back in the class of 2010. Had a lot of success with that. So, where do you see your team going? You see your team growing. A game like Laconia probably makes you, it gives you things to work on.
Absolutely.
And makes you a little tougher out there and ready for any physical games.
A game like that, and I mean, it'll point out different mistakes that we're making. And the good thing about that is we can look back at those mistakes and correct them. We got a whole couple of days of practice to work on it. Now we got 3 games in a short span to solve those problems, I guess.
Yeah, Randy, anything you want to ask Aaron?
You stole my thunder a little bit about the. I didn't know if it was just natural that you got bigger with maturity, or if you really worked. But you answered that question already. That was my main question, and Steve and I literally did say that. We said, "Holy crap! Look at Aaron out there. He got 25 pounds of muscle on since last season. So congratulations on that and the work ethic you put in."
Thank you.
Okay, Aaron Hall along with their head coach right now joining us here with Brett Pickerts, and we're going to take a little break, come back, and we've got 2 more of the Waupun players to talk to a little bit. It's a couple other seniors. So stick around. We'll have more of our Prep Sports Up showcase coming your way in just a few minutes on Radio Plus.
HomeandAuto.com. Check out our selection of over 400 new and used vehicles. HomeandAuto.com. Every vehicle from all 4 of our locations in one convenient place. Find your perfect car without leaving home at HomeandAuto.com. New vehicles from Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and Ford. Pre-owned from $39.82 and certified pre-owned. Plus the warranties and hometown service you can depend on. Make the Homan family your first stop at HomeandAuto.com. We make you feel at home at Homan.
When's the last time you reviewed your Medicare or your health insurance benefits? Do you have a plan? A lot of people choose plans that don't fit their healthcare needs or budget. Don't make that mistake. We here at SIA Insurance work with many different companies and carriers to get you the best coverage at the best value. For more information, contact SIA Insurance at 999 West Main Street in Waupun. Call SIA Insurance at 324-2071 for free help.
We are back at the other bar, and we have our last set of interviews. It's been a great show so far today. We've been having a good time talking to people, getting the show going again. We're going to do it again 2 weeks from tonight here at the other bar, right from the end of the old pool table. And we've got some other teams, and maybe we'll bring some of the teams we've had here back again, and maybe some teams from out of town that we're bringing coming up in just 2 weeks. But I love talking to the athletes. We love doing games and get a chance to kind of get to know them a little bit. So that's kind of the nice thing about getting athletes on here. We've got Hudson Farley with us, right there, Hudson Farley, and we also have Hunter Camp joining us right now. A couple other seniors on the team, and let's talk to Hudson. Injury right now. What happened to you? You were really getting a lot more playing time out there. You're definitely a big part of the team, and so what stopped your season here?
Yeah, I had a lower back issue, something with my pelvis and my spine, but right now I'm feeling 100%. I'm excited to get back in the game.
When can you get back?
I'll be good for this upcoming game.
Oh, you will?
Yeah.
Okay. Brett pretty much had you out for the whole season, Coach did, and I thought, man, I think it's a season-ending injury. But we'll just talk about your team and your experience now as a senior. Your underclassmen and you seniors gelling to try to get this make something special happen this year.
Yeah, it's a big change in role. Being a senior with a decently young team, it brings a lot of leadership. We just try and help the young guys when they make mistakes and just keep the ball rolling as the season goes.
Who's been a big influence for you in your basketball career? Who do you think was the one that really felt you really got that spark to play basketball? Was it just the guys you played with? Was there a coach that kind of came along? Who was the guy that kind of got you going?
I'm going to say just my fellow seniors as we've gone through hoopsters and all the way up to being a senior now. Just overall, just being together, just playing basketball since 5th grade together. That's what motivates me. Yeah.
What do you like to do besides play basketball? Anything non-sports that you like to do?
Non-sports, not too much, but I like golf a lot. I play a lot of golf. Yep.
Yeah. There's something that me and Randy aren't very good at.
No, we are terrible.
Yeah, you can find ours way deep in the woods, the balls that we left there. But, it sounds like I like what I see from your team. It was a rough game against Laconia, but I still think you guys got a lot of things that are going to happen and a lot of good things happening on the team that's going to make a good ending to the season for you. So good luck with that.
Thank you.
Okay, that was Hudson Farley and Hunter Camp. So you in the grocery store the other day buying nothing but healthy food. He was just buying healthy stuff. It was wheat and healthy cereals. But he's ahead of me, and I had to mention to him, we were at that Laconia game the night before, a very physical game. They lost by 18 in that game, but I said you did a great job, and that's a game kind of designed for your style of play. You're not the tallest guy out there, but man, you just have a great sense out there, very physical out there, and that seems right up your alley to play that way.
Yeah, I like getting after it. I'm not the biggest guy out there, the best scorer out there, but getting rebounds and locking down whoever I can on defense, even if they're a whole foot taller than me.
Well, that guy from Ripon, the first time I saw you play was one of the first games, not this season, but last season, and the coach's son.
Brooks.
Yeah, Brooks. You got after him, and you frustrated him a lot. And he had he probably had almost a foot on you out there, but boy, you really got into his legs out there, and I thought you really frustrated him out there, and I liked your game. You got to have a guy like that, like you out there. It doesn't matter how tall they are, or they don't have to be your size, but it seems like you really thrive when you get to battle against somebody like that.
Mm-hmm. That's just how I like to play. I know my role, and I'm out there for defense and getting the ball back with charges or steals or however I got to get it.
Well, look for your points, too. I've seen you to pump a few in already. Mm-hmm. Does Coach give you the green light on that, or you got green light to shoot? Or?
Yeah, now I do.
Yeah.
Took a while.
Good. Your thoughts on your team, too, and where you think this team could possibly go this season?
Oh, we got a really good team. We got a lot of good underclassmen, even the people who aren't on varsity. We got some dogs at practice. A couple people like to get after it, and they make our varsity work hard. And I think we got a good chance to win conference this year or make a push for it.
Yeah, you're sitting right there. I mean, one loss on the season in conference play so far. Randy, anything you want to ask either of the guys?
Well, put them on the spot a little bit. Hudson, do you go home and talk to your mom about games? After the game, do you go home and talk to your mom? Because she's always in the front row, always very excitable.
Yeah, it's usually I'll let her know. A couple of my friends always be like, "Hey, I heard your mom out there." I'll be like, "Yeah." She's been that way since I was a little kid. So yeah.
Well, that's good to have that family support.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
And Hunter, he's my man because he's the catcher on the Legion team, and when I umpired.
You got a close relationship with the catchers if you're an umpire.
Hunter's he's tired of me breathing over his shoulder for 3 hours, every about 3 times a week. But we have a little banter going, and I always as long as he keeps me from getting beat up, I'm happy. So yeah, he's my guy.
Well, guys, I really do enjoy watching you guys play. I think you got something special going, and I hope to see you guys just kind of build on it and see what can happen by the end of the season. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Again, Hudson Farley and Hunter Camp joining us on the show. And that just about wraps it up. I want to thank Randy for joining me and doing a little bit of the interview stuff here with me. We had a great show tonight, some great answers from some coaches and some players. I'd like to put them on the spot a little bit, but it was just an excellent show tonight. Derek Stanke also joining us with the Legion softball that's coming up. And don't forget, 2 weeks from tonight, we'll do the same thing from 6 to 7. And we'll be video streaming our next edition of the Prep Sports Showcase right here from the other bar. I want to thank them. And don't forget, tomorrow night, Jeff, Randy, and I will be over in Randolph, where it should be a really good non-conference Trailways game. It is the Central Wisconsin Christian Crusaders taking on the Randolph Rockets. That starts a little after 7 o'clock, maybe 7:30. We'll be on about 7 o'clock with the pregame. So a couple really good teams going at it. I'm looking forward to that game coming up tomorrow night. You can watch it right here on Radio Plus and also listen to it on 103.3 FM. Have yourself an excellent night. Tune in tomorrow morning from 7 to 9 for the morning show right here on The Source. And again, have yourself a good night. Be careful tomorrow morning. Could be slippery again.
HomeandAuto.com. Check out our selection of over 400 new and used vehicles. HomeandAuto.com. Every vehicle from all 4 of our locations in one convenient place. Find your perfect car without leaving home at HomeandAuto.com. New vehicles from Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and Ford. Pre-owned from $39.82 and certified pre-owned. Plus the warranties and hometown service you can depend on. Make the home and family your first stop at Home.